Welcome to part 5 of our fast-paced up and running with Power BI for Dynamics 365. Let's take a look at Power BI Desktop and the scenario we're going to follow for creating some Dynamics dashboards. Now, up until now, if you've been following along, we've been walking through the 6-step process for creating Power BI dashboards, and we're still going to be doing that, but we're going to be doing it with Power BI Desktop instead of the Power BI service. And we're going to do that because Power BI Desktop has some other additional capabilities that help us do a better job managing complex data and creating transformations, cleaning it up, and creating better reports than we get in the online Power BI service. So we're going to work up through the red item on the top of the slide in Power BI Desktop. Once we're done with the desktop design process, then we'll publish these to the Power BI service, where we'll finish off the process of configuring the dashboards and sharing them. Now, if you're looking for more information about the difference between Power BI Desktop and the Power BI service, there's a link down there below that you can visit that's going to give you a ton of helpful information from Microsoft on that topic. Now, before we dive into actually doing our connection and creating these reports, let's talk a little bit about the scenario. So we've tried to create a somewhat true to life scenario here where you might say a leadership team says, look, we want to see sales figures and activities without having to log into Dynamics 365. We want to use Dynamics as a leadership tool, not just as a tool for our users, which is great. You want to see that. But at the same time, we as leaders don't want to have to go another place to get information. Meanwhile, sales managers who might be Dynamics users also are saying, look, we want a more flexible, dynamic way to have one-on-one coaching scenarios with our sales reps that we manage. We need access to other types of data formatted differently to make that happen. So you're designing a set of dashboards, a set of reports to take care of both of these needs. Now, I do want to note that while we're using that as a scenario, I am not following best practices to a T throughout this process. I am including a lot of links to help you get up to speed with best practices, but I'm trying to help you rapidly get up to speed to do your first basic steps with Power BI. Once you get serious about it, more work will be needed across these different topics. For a little more information on this, by the way, there's a couple of great links on this slide. One of them is a webinar that has been recorded called Metrics That Matter, talking about the best practice metrics to track in your CRM solution. The other one is one that will be coming up in August. Sorry, that date is wrong, not June, August 17th. I'm sorry, that is correct. June 17th of 2020. There's a link to go register for that upcoming webinar. We'll try to remember to go switch that to the recording once that webinar has taken place. So that helps you with true best practices with defining your dashboards. See you in the next episode.